Hi there. On the 7th of January 2024, I turned 30, the big 30. And it's like a sudden sense of responsibility hits you. At least that's how it was for me. And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against aging. And if anything, I am a big advocate of people embracing their age. And I've never really felt even the need to be shy from sharing my age out loud. And one thing to know is that as you approach your 30, there are so many responsibilities, there are so many changes that are happening in your life, in your personal life and your professional life, right? And that's where self-care comes in. Self-care is what helps you maintain like a balance, and it gives you this resilience even in the face of these coming challenges. And I think I mentioned it briefly from the previous episode, sorry, from the previous video. So if you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch it. But I briefly introduced today's topic. Today I want us to just look at self-care ideas for people getting into their 30s. Me being there, I want all the self-care I can get and learn as much as I can so that I can do it with so much grace and like figure out how to do it and how to take care of myself. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to do, and let's get into it and just check out these cute, amazing ideas that you can borrow and make your 30s amazing. And just to point out, there's some things that might have been mentioned in the previous video, so bear with that. And I mean, it doesn't hurt to repeat these things because that's how we learn, the more we hear about them, the more they stick, right? So here's the first one. The first thing is stress management. As you are getting into this age and we are mentioning all these responsibilities that are on your hands, it's really important to figure out how you're gonna hack, like the stressful situations in your life, because you have to manage it in a very healthy way that doesn't affect others or even you in the process. Carve out time in your schedule just to relax. Be in the nature, walk, take a walk and just relax. With your 30s comes so many responsibilities as we have talked about. And it's very important to figure out how do I manage my stress levels, or rather manage stress in a way that is healthy, that does not hurt others, while I am doing it. One thing that I do for myself is window shopping. Guys, I really do that. And it's such a fun thing to do because it helps me to unwind and just relax. And then in the process, I'm also taking note of things that I need to buy in the future so that, like I take note of them. So it's like a win-win, yeah? So look for a healthy way, something that is gonna be fun for you to do, a way that is going to help you deal with stress. Because it doesn't have to be, whenever you are stressed, it's like a whole breakdown for you and life somehow comes to a standstill. There is a better and a healthy way that you can deal with stress. Imagine if you overreacted or became stressed with one single thing, and yet there are a million other things that are awaiting you. So I mean, the sooner you figure out how you're gonna be managing that, the better and the easier it gets for you. Investing in personal development is another thing. I mean, this channel is dedicated to that. So if you're looking for a place to start, this is the best place for you to start, because there are so many topics that have been mentioned so far and others that are already in my mind that I would want to talk about. All matters personal development. We want to become better versions of who we were made to be. How we show up for ourselves, how we show up for others, how we make decisions, our emotions, our responses to things, how we embrace different perspectives, emotional intelligence. There's so much to learn, you guys. And these lessons, how you develop yourself is gonna affect even how you show up for business. It affects how you conduct business, relationships. It affects so much. So personal development, I think it's the foundation for even anything really. If you are looking to have a turnaround in your life, like have a complete shift in life, personal development is the best place to start. And it's just as basic as asking yourself questions like, who am I? What are my values? What do I believe in? Such things. What makes me angry? How do I respond to anger? How do I respond to such other emotions? So many things, guys. It's a very wide topic. And even through that process, you are discovering different abilities that you have. You are discovering talents, that you have, and you can use even to bring something on the table for yourself. There's a lot. Honestly, there's a lot. When I think of personal development, it's just so much. Yeah. So that's a good place to start. Start from there. Regular health checkups. And I mean this in the nicest way. I'm not saying this just because age is catching up with us. I'm saying this because it's very important, and I stand corrected, but most of us actually go to hospital and do checkups whenever we feel like there's something wrong with our body. It's not like we actively schedule it and consciously do that. It's something that triggers us to go to hospital, and we have to get into a place where we are okay with going for a checkup, just scheduling time for that, making an appointment with your doctor to just go and do a body checkup, and when you are aware of what is in you or any issues that might be in your body, then you're better placed to handle them. Let's normalize doing health checkups, not because we are unhealthy or because we are sick, but because it's important for us. And there are some things that come to bite people in the future, like an illness that has been building up in the body for such a long time, and then now it erupts in your old age at a point when you don't even have something to do, like you can't even do anything to reverse it. So now that we have the chance, let's take advantage of it and schedule health checkups. Another self-care is unplugging and disconnecting. You know how the internet is just on our hands nowadays because of the phones, and everything is just here on our hands, and it's so easy to get lost in that world. As in, we don't even know how to do social connections anymore. How sad is that? How sad is it that you go to a social gathering and everyone is on their phone just scrolling, instead of building networks and walking around? And it's hard, I agree, but I mean, this is a self-care thing that we can start on today. It doesn't have to be perfect at first, but one step at a time, just decide that I'll be turning my phone off, or rather when I'm in a social gathering, I won't actually use my phone. I'll take that time to actively connect with others. Yeah, just do that. Try with the smallest things. And I shared something that I do. It's called Tools Down Tuesday. So what that is on a Tuesday afternoon, I usually have like 2 hours or 3 or 1, depending on how flexible my schedule is for the day. And just have time for myself, and just have my journal and a planner, and look through what I've been able to achieve, and look through the mistakes I have made, and try and see what can I do better, how can I move forward. So think about it. Unplugging and disconnecting from the social media is so good. Once in a while, let's do that. And I know that is where our monies live, because for some that's where you conduct business. But I mean, 3 hours of unplugging surely will not kill you, right? Try that. Just try that, even if it's just once a week. Explore new hobbies and talents. I mean, keep life interesting and fun by just exploring hobbies that spark your curiosity. Yeah, if it means doing a new language, learning how to swim, going for a hike, do different things. If it's baking, you want to do a baking class, do all those things. Live life a little on the edge, and go for a dancing class with your partner. Do anything. Do just the things that make you happy. Like come out of that place where you're fixed on one thing that you do, and that's it. You go to work, you come home and do this and sleep. Try and engage yourself. See the things that you can actually start doing. You never know. These hobbies can actually turn into a stream of income in the future. I know people who have built businesses from hobbies, like catering, painting, graphic works. There's a lot we can do with our hobbies. It can actually turn into a stream of income. Journaling. This can never be said enough times. When you're journaling, you're processing your emotions, you're processing your thoughts, and it's a very safe space because it's not rushed. It's a place where you're like, no one is judging you. It's just you and your thoughts and your journal. I truly encourage every one of us to journal. If you don't do it yet, it's such a good thing to do, because it helps you like clear your mind, and see things from even a different perspective. The more you think about something, the more you get closure about it. There's a way closure comes from journaling. So try that today as part of your self-care routine. Volunteering or giving back is another thing you can do for self-care. That's because it brings a sense of fulfillment and achievement, and it makes you feel purposeful. You don't have to complicate it, and it doesn't have to be in a group setup if you're not like ready for that at the moment. Start with the small things. Look for a children's home close to you, look for a church near you, look for an NGO near you, and go and see how can you contribute. See the needs that they have and start small. If it's buying foodstuffs for them or buying clothes, try something. Just volunteer and give back. It will give you such a sense of fulfillment. The next point that I love is declutter and organize your space. This can be so much fun, guys. Invite your girlies over, have some coffee while doing it, and you're catching up in the process. So it's like a win-win. They are helping you declutter your space and organize it, and at the same time you're catching up with them. Also, when you declutter your space and do away with the things that you don't need anymore, you know what you can give out, and you also, you're able to focus on things, because when a place is messed up, there's a way it just makes you feel like you're worked up. Your brain feels like it's all over the place. That's how it is for me. So that's one thing that you can do for your self-care. Try and organize your space. It doesn't have to be like the whole house. You can start with a small space, sort that first, and then next week get to another space. The other week go to another room, like that. And by the end of it all, you will be organized. Like your whole house will be good. Practice forgiveness. This is the other self-care thing we can do for ourselves. Imagine carrying grudges over years. How tiring is that, honestly? And it makes things so awkward and weird for us if we are in a room with someone who offended us, and all we can do is do calculations of how we are going to, dodge them. That is sad. That is so frustrating, and it's so tiring. Yeah. So try and forgive as much as you can. Forgive people who have hurt you, and just let them be bygones. Let those things be behind you. Just learn to forgive and let go. It's not easy, but it's for our own good. It's a self-care thing that we need to get into our 30s with. Learn to cultivate a positive mindset. This is a self-care thing for us, because when you have a positive mind, you are more focused on solutions rather than challenges. Challenges will be there, but you can't dwell there. You have to move forward. You have to see, how do I navigate this? And I actually believe it's a principle, because what you sow is what you reap, right? What you scatter is what you will gather when the time comes to harvest. So if you are sowing seeds of positivity in your mind, you will reap all the benefits that are associated with positive mindsets. So I encourage you guys, if you have to do away with people that are negative, at least waeke kando kidogo, move forward with people who are positive minded, and surround yourself with people who are positive. It will rub off on you. Another self-care is practicing self-compassion. We judge ourselves so harshly when things don't go well. And I know I have struggled with imposter syndrome sometimes, and I have beaten myself so much, because I'm like, hey, why am I doing this? Am I the right person to do this? Am I fit even to be sharing some things? But again, I remember that it's about the awareness that I have, and the awareness that I am sharing with the people who are viewing, because it's not for me to keep what I am learning. It's like people should benefit from what we have, right? So I know I've gone off the point. The point is not judging yourself harshly, not being hard on yourself. Sometimes we are so hard on ourselves, more hard on ourselves than we are with others. Let's practice showing compassion to ourselves the same way that we would a friend. Make it a habit. Be kind to yourself, and especially in challenging moments, because you might be unable to recover if you judge yourself so harshly. You might sink like down to the bottom. Yeah. Just learn to speak positively to yourself and show yourself some love on yourself, even when things are hard. when you don't know what to do, when things are challenging, love on yourself. The other self-care thing that I know most of you will love is invest in self-care products. Yeah, you do it. It's gonna be so rewarding. And you know, when we feel pampered, when we pamper ourselves, there's a way we show up to the world, for our friends, for our people. There's a way we just show up with some energy when we feel full, like when we have taken care of ourselves in every way, then we are able to show up for others. So if it means buying those products, those facial products that you want to buy, you know, those aromatherapy oils, all those things, buy them for yourself. But the caveat is, have it in your budget. Of course, we don't want to go all out and then now we are sleeping hungry. What's the point? There's no self-care there. When you take care of yourself, you show up for others in a joyful way. Now, the last thing is having financial goals. Guys, in your 30s, there's no time to play with your money. You can't afford to just like be splashing money around. No. We have to take care of our monies. And when your money is right, then your self-care products are sorted. Have goals and have plans on how you can achieve those goals. Remember, we talked about goals and plans. They have to go together. Yeah, so have goals, financial goals, plan around them. Take lessons if you have to understand the dynamics of your goals and how you can go around them. And involve people who are experts in that field, you know, like the financial field, who can give you advice and guide you on that area. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to have things like emergency funds. You know, if you're able to start on investing for a home, if you are able to clear debts that you have, this is the best time to do it. And it's such a self-care thing, because you don't want to be worried about debts that you could have paid years back in your 60s, right? You want to sort those things as early as now so that they don't come to bite you in the future. That's a self-care thing to do. There are so many things, guys. There are so many things that we can do for our self-care. This is just a start of it. If you want more on this, let me know and I'll be sure to come back and share more things with you guys. Yeah, so thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up and see you in one of my other videos. Bye.